In 1993, the Sacramento State football program made the jump from Division II to Division 1AA, or today as we know it, the Football Championship Subdivision, or FCS for short. In their 33 years as a D1 program in the FCS, they compiled a record of 154 wins, 202 losses, and 1 tie. Only 10 winning seasons have been compiled, 4 conference championships, and 4 FCS playoff appearances, with their best season in 2022 winning a school record 12 games and getting to the FCS quarterfinals, with their most recent FCS playoff appearance a year later in 2023 when they won their first round game but then lost to South Dakota in the second round. And they have made previous attempts the last couple of years to try to make the move to FBS, wanting to be one of the teams moving into the new Pac-12 conference, where the Pac-12 basically almost had 10 of the 12 teams leave to go to different conferences, leaving Oregon State and Washington State. So they want to be one of the teams to try to fill in to revive that Pac-12 conference. When that failed, they tried the Mountain West to try to replace the team that left for the new Pac-12. That failed as well as the following season in 2025 when they tried to come in as an FBS independent, but the subcommittee for the NCAA voted against that. And then with their intentions of leaving the Big Sky Conference to go to the Big West in sports other than football, they relegated themselves to being an FCS independent. Well, did that ruin their chances of moving to the FBS?
Not so fast, my friend.
Yep, you heard that right. School president Dr. Luke Wood, as well as athletic director Mark Orr, made an agreement to cut a deal to join the Mid-American Conference as a football-only affiliate. At what cost would you say? Well, they have to pay $23 million, $18 million of it going to the Mid-American Conference, with $6 million of it happen to be paid at the end by the end of the 2026-2027 academic year, as well as paying $5 million to the NCAA to make the jump from FCS to FBS. Oh, and on top of that, it gets even better. They get 0 television revenue from the conference, as well as they have to pay for the trips for the teams coming into California for conference games, as well as cover their own travel expenses for when they have to travel to their conference opponents for the 4 road games every season for the next 5 years. So how will this impact the Sacramento State Hornets financially? Well, we'll find out in about 5 years if this football program can survive in the MAC. This was a total desperation move on the Hornets' part to move to the FBS, and well, it's going to cost them at least $23 million plus whatever travel expenses they have to pay, because they're going to get nothing in return from the MAC in the next 5 years. The Hornets are now on their 4th head coach in the last 5 seasons, hiring head coach Alonzo Carter. Fun fact, he was a former backup dancer for MC Hammer and even choreographed You Can't Touch This. But that's a very interesting story. But back to the football part of things. It is his first NCAA head coaching job, as he did have experience in college coaching on the junior college level with the Contra Costa County College in San Pablo County, California, just outside of San Francisco, as well as he has had jobs as an assistant coach with FBS programs, most recently coming from the University of Arizona, as he was their running backs coach there. However, he does replace Marion Brennan, who took over in 2025, had a 7-5 record, but he left to take over the offensive coordinator job at the University of Colorado, working under head coach primetime Deion Sanders. And despite minimal success in the FCS level, they did actually manage to put some players in the NFL. As we look at Cam Scadaboo, who was on that 2022 12-win season for the Hornets before transferring to Arizona State. He is now with the New York Giants in the NFL. And another player recently that was drafted in 2025, that is Jackie Slater. I know my bro Cass, the Titan, knows about him because he does play for his Tennessee Titans. Then we have Super Bowl champion Todd Davis, who won the Super Bowl 50 with the Denver Broncos back in the 2015 season. That was Peyton Manning's final season. And then we had Fred Otis Amy, who only played one season with the San Francisco 49ers. I think that was 2005, but I do remember he did play for the 49ers, where he was primarily a special teams player. I know that he didn't really have a career in the NFL, though I think he was on an active roster for a season at one point, but he actually flourished in the Canadian Football League, and that is four-time Grey Cup champion and CFL Hall of Famer Ricky Ray, the quarterback. He was also for the Toronto Argonauts. And he may never went pro in the NFL, but you have definitely heard of him, especially if you've seen the movie Sinners, the Black Panther movie, and Fruitvale Station. And that is Oscar Award-winning director Ryan Coogler, who actually played for the Hornets from 2004 to 2007, compiling 112 receptions, 1,213 yards, and 6 touchdowns in his 4 seasons as a Sacramento State Hornet. Yes, he was made at Sacramento State. And as a new era of Sacramento State Hornets football will embark in real life for the Hornets, why don't you come join me here on this College Football 27 Dynasty as I try to turn this team into a very respectable program in the FBS. And we'll go over the details of this dynasty, as well as the roster outlook, the schedule, and as well as the first recruiting class. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please leave a like, comment, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you are new to this channel. And don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do come out. And also don't forget to hit in the description down below. A link to my Cash App will be in the description down below if you want to support this channel financially. And with that, I am Vinny from vdubproductions, and I am signing off.